Enrique, it's me, and it's Friday. Yay! I'm super excited, and I hope you are too. So, this week we've spent some time talking about, let's see if you can remember, my favorite, the jellyfish. And then the next day, what did we do? Do you remember? Seahorse? No, I'm wrong. Starfish. Then seahorse. And today, so jellyfish, seahorse, starfish. Oh, yeah, we didn't do one Monday. Okay, so today's our fourth animal in the ocean, and we're going to be doing crabs. Now, this was kind of hard. I was trying to do this for one day, but we're going to end up having to do 2 days for crabs because there's so many different kinds, and there's a very, 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 very special kind of crab that we have in our classroom. And so we're not going to do the horseshoe crabs today. Today we're going to talk about some other different kinds of crabs and learn about some of the different ones. And then on Monday, I don't want to give it away, but I guess I just did. On Monday, we're going to do the horseshoe crabs. So as far as crabs go, I bet most of you, or hopefully all of you, have seen some of these different kinds of crabs. We've seen our horseshoe crabs because they're in our classroom. But there's these little crabs that we have on Hilton Head, and they're called fiddler crabs. And on the fiddler crabs, like if you've ever been to Old Oyster Factory or to anywhere where there's a deck that goes over the water, and when it's high tide you see the water, but when it's low tide you can see where the bottom where the water was. If you just stare at it for a while, you'll start to see little things moving, and a lot of times those are fiddler crabs. You can see them all over Hilton Head. I was just kayaking and I saw them down in Harbor Town. So fiddler crabs are super cool. They're really small. And the boy fiddler crab, this is how you can tell if you're seeing the one you're looking at is a boy or a girl. The boy fiddler crab has a really, really, really big pincher on one of its arms, and the other one's normal size. And so those are the boy fiddler crabs. You're going to watch a little video about the fiddler crabs, and I just think they're super cool. And you guys have probably seen them. They also, another really great thing when you're learning about, or when you're looking at the fiddler crab, they're really little. So I don't know if you can see, they're like this big. And but one thing I learned about them is that they can dig. Well, they all dig. They'll dig holes down in the sand, and so they'll go down in their burrow, or a hole, call it a burrow, and kind of cover up for when the tide's high and over them, and then when the tide goes back out, they'll come back out of their burrow. But so they're about this big, but they can dig a hole 2 feet deep. So that's like 1 foot, 2 feet. Like they can dig a hole like this far down into the sand. They'll go all the way down in there and then all the way back up. 2 feet. Maybe you can have your mom or your dad or someone at your house show you what 2 feet is. But it's long. So I thought that was pretty amazing. And so that's the fiddler crab. You're going to learn about a Christmas crab. You're going to learn about just some other crab facts in general. Crabs have, some people think they have 8, but they actually have 10 legs, because they call the 2 arms or legs that have pinchers are actually legs. So they have 10, which is more than we have, more than the octopus, more than spiders. Spiders have 8, so they have 10. And they use their pinchers, their claws. They use them to eat, to feel things, to break things, to open things. They can even open, they'll use their little pinchers to kind of open like little shells to get the food out. They're pretty cool. And we know they do not have a spine. They are not invertebrates. They're not vertebrates, they're invertebrates, because they don't have skeletons on the inside. We know because we've seen our horseshoe crabs shed their exoskeletons. That means there's skeletons on the outside, and that's what the crab is. It has its hard skeleton on the outside. And so just enjoy watching some of these videos. I have a color sheet for you that's a crab that you can color it any color you want. Make it a beautiful crab or any kind of crab, or any colors that you want, but you don't have to color it. And most important, maybe you can go to the beach this weekend or go to somewhere where you can see the water and see if you can see any kind of crabs, ghost crabs or fiddler crabs, or hermit crabs. I forgot to even talk about hermit crabs. You can see them at stores, people buy them, but I bet you've all seen them at the beach. And the hermit crab is the one that gets in its shell and finds a shell and climbs in and uses that shell as its home. And then as it grows, it'll walk over, get in another shell. And a great place to find these is in those tidal pools at the beach, like I talked about yesterday. A lot of times you think you're just picking up a shell. Look at it, because I bet it has a crab in it. So those are super fun to look at and to be careful because they have little pinchers, but I've been pinched by them. It doesn't hurt that bad. They're really kind of fun to play with. So enjoy learning about crabs and enjoy your weekend, and just know I'm thinking about you. All right. Bye, Pre-K.